It is the homemade broadcast. It is episode 557. My name is Will Kuncz. This is on Hummel.
What's up?
What up? I guess I was wondering if we were going to have Joe today. But apparently not.
Well,
no Joe.
I don't know if I should divulge personal messages.
Oh,
but
boy. Maybe you should.
He's very excited.
Okay.
Listen, they didn't say that he couldn't watch. It was like you just can't comment and like and interact and have any fun as you lay dying in a hospital bed forever.
Yeah.
He told me yesterday he thought that yesterday was Wednesday. And then he was like, I realized it was Tuesday and it made me very sad.
Oh.
I'm like, how do you even get a feel for days?
Yeah.
I was thinking that. I was just like, because every day is Groundhog's Day. So what makes it feel like Saturday or a Monday?
Calendar on the wall, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it is the homemade broadcast. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're live on YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook. WillsYouTube.com, HMBRadio.live. You can catch us there. If you're listening on Radio St. Pete on Sunday, you can catch us live on Wednesdays, which I would encourage you to do so. We'll take calls if anybody wants to talk to us at 6:30. And it's always a good hang, always fun. We got some troubling news right off the bat.
Dude, I'm messed up because I think I know what you're about to pull up,
yeah.
But I'm effed in the head right now.
There are times where I don't get emotional necessarily about a celebrity death or really, unless I'm trying to think of one that I was really troubled by. Maybe this one, not because I was a major fan or anything, but just because they were so young. Like this person was 39 years old.
This was my childhood right here.
Yeah, I think a lot of people our age, Michelle Trachtenberg, dead at 39. There she is, pretty lady.
Yeah.
Harriet the Spy.
Yes.
Nickelodeon. What was the Nickelodeon
Buffy
show?
the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But yeah, she was in Harriet the Spy was the one for me. That was probably like one of my favorite movies growing up.
Yeah.
She was just so good and like cute and pretty and like I remember just wanting to like look like her. I'm like, she's just so cute.
Oh, really? Because she's kind of weird looking, I thought. She's a goofy looking kid.
You think so?
I thought she was a goofy looking. She was cute, but goofy looking.
Oh, I didn't think so. I thought she was just like so beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
she looked a little weird, but that's more recently.
I think she was ill. She had a liver transplant. I guess immediately when I think of or I hear about a death of somebody that young, I go, "You're on pills or heroin or something." Yeah, you're trying to cope with.
I did as well.
Being brutally molested, as a kid, which she probably was. I don't know, but it does happen.
Sure.
There's been rumors out there of things like that happening, especially at Nickelodeon.
It's not uncommon.
What was that freaking show? She was on Adventures of Pete and Pete, I remember, and then she branched out into her own show.
The redheads,
the redhead boys. Yeah, great show.
Was it like Not I Know What You Did Last Time? The After Dark. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Was it one of those?
She may have.
Dude, that's
guest
classic. Rosie O'Donnell was in that. I think I loved her in
that. So yeah, too bad. The cardiac arrest. They found her dead. It's very sad. 39 years old.
So young.
God, that's gonna drive me nuts. All right, I gotta find out what show that was.
That's okay.
She was in. IMDb. Michelle.
Trachtenberg. I believe she was a Jew as well.
Certainly anything with Berg is.
Yeah, I think she was like an immigrant, though, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
From like Ukraine or something.
Known for 17 again, Inspector Gadget, Euro Trip. What was the show? Gossip Girl.
I never watched Gossip Girl.
I didn't watch Gossip Girl either. Not really my demographic. Come on, what was the show? Inspector Gadget. Yeah, we knew that one. Guys like us. Harriet the Spy. Dave's World, Harriet the Spy.
Wait, what's Dave's World? Why does that
Dave's World
seem vaguely?
It was a sitcom, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe
Clarissa Explains It All. Was that it?
No.
I didn't know she was on that show with Melissa Joan Hart, another wonderful child actress.
I must just be thinking of Harriet the Spy, but I know she was in There's the Adventures of
Dave's
Pete.
World. Can you click on that? Dave's World.
Dave's World. Yeah.
It's speaking to me for some reason.
Yeah, it was Dave Barry's show sitcom. I remember watching it as a kid.
The name sounds so familiar, but I feel like I can't remember anything about it.
Yeah.
Did you
Harry
ever watch
Anderson
Hanging with Mr. Cooper?
Oh heck yeah!
I saw that like maybe a year or two ago, and I'm like, it like all came back to me. I'm like, oh, what's going on? Like it was a weird glitch in the Matrix. I completely forgot about that show for like 25 years.
Oh my God, all those shows. So the
Full
whole
House is-
TGIF lineup. Family Matters,
Yes.
Full House.
Mhm.
Do you remember Perfect Strangers? I'm a few years
No.
older than you. So that was the first show really that I can remember watching.
Really?
Yeah. And it was about a guy who lives in San Francisco and his immigrant cousin from, I think it was some made up country, but it was Larry and Balky. Balky was the guy's name. And my bear, I named it Balky.
Really? After that?
Yeah. My little teddy bear that I had. Oh, this is great TV shows. They don't make shows like that anymore.
No.
Fortunately.
Yeah. I remember watching Full House. My dad would like set up the living room and make like a bed out of like pillows and blankets.
Yeah.
And my sister and him were all like watch it. And
oh man,
Family Matters, Step by Step, all
that
the good ones.
That was a banger. Boy Meets World.
Yes. Yeah. Did you have
awesome.
a crush like my boyfriend did on Topanga? Lauren?
Yeah, every young man had a crush on Topanga.
Yeah,
for sure. That was every boy's one of their first crushes.
Topanga was cute, but I feel like the real hottie of like, let's say the 90s was it Kelly Kapowski?
Yeah.
She was just she was a dime piece.
I remember
even I was like, damn.
I remember as a young man, let's just say probably prepubescent, I would say I had like a sex dream before I even knew what sex was about Kelly Kapowski, and I think the other chick was there too.
The black one?
No, the other white one.
Oh,
Jessie
Terry?
Spano.
Jessie, the one with the crazy hair, the one that did Showgirls.
That's right. Yeah,
she was great.
Before I even knew, I woke up and I was like, I don't know what that was.
Yeah,
but that was incredible. And I always try every night before I go to bed to recreate that dream in my head, and it's never happened, unfortunately.
No. You know what? Do this little experiment. Put any two faces, then and now of Saved by the Bell, and then do it with Mario Lopez, and it's the same.
All right, let's do it right now.
Exactly, maybe not exactly, but that man doesn't age.
Yeah, I know he still does TV, ridiculous. Right?
Yeah,
he does like one of the gossip shows.
I have no idea, but he's in his like mid 50s. He does a lot of like hosting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but well, Screech is dead.
Screech died. Yeah.
Drugs? What was it?
I guess so. I don't know what his deal was.
He was in his early 40s, I want to say.
No, I think he was ill with like cancer.
Oh, maybe that was it. Okay.
Yeah. Of course, I'm using the Brave browser, which is not a good search engine. Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. The side by sides
now.
Like Zach, gross.
Everyone Is he gross?
Else, well, I mean, like now he doesn't look like himself. He just looks weird. But Mario Lopez, still a dime piece all these years later.
All right, let's check him out. I'm interested now. He's okay. Yeah, I see what you mean.
What year is this?
This is 2023.
Oh, okay, recent.
Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like he's a normal person who has aged.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
Hunk's
that's
still a
ridiculous.
Hunk. Still a hunk.
No one should age like that.
Looks like he may have had a little bit of work done.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But he has a good doctor.
Yeah, he does.
Whoever did it did a great job on him.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah. Elizabeth Hurley. That's
Berkeley. Elizabeth Berkley. Sorry, Elizabeth Berkley.
Yeah. She looks good.
Yeah,
she looks
not
good.
wrong with that. And Lisa Turtle. Okay, still would.
Yeah, she was super cute. Super cute. And then
Tiffany Amber. Oh,
wow,
pretty good. She's kind of got the old lady smile, but she's an old lady.
Old lady smile.
She's not an old lady. She's probably like 50.
40s.
No, she's gonna be older than that, right?
Reckon?
I don't know. She might be in her 40s. And then Dustin Diamond passed away.
He looks great, actually.
He looked okay
before
there.
He died.
Yeah. That's too bad.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Well,
principal.
Can't win them all.
Mr. Belding. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's a sad news. Rest in peace to
Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yeah, very sad.
Yeah.
And
that one moved me. Which one has any celebrity death ever like moved you to tears? Because I have one.
Okay, you tell me yours because I can't think of one, but there must be.
Messed me up, and it was also not like a sickness. Well, mental. Robin Williams.
Okay,
that one messed me up when I was like, "What the like?" And then to find out that didn't he like hang himself on like a closet door?
Yes,
like, it was really
graphic. Hung himself. He had some sort of disease. I think the same disease actually that Bruce Willis has. Ironically.
Oh, not Lewy body dementia. Something like no. Azalea. Iggy Azalea.
Iggy
No,
Azalea disease.
aphasia. What is it? Help.
That sounds right.
Help.
That sounds right.
Aphasia?
Yeah.
Sounds like a black chick.
Yeah, something like that. So he had some sort of disease where he's just going to be not like there, but not there. So he just decided to, and he's just a, a comedic figure, like a beloved, somebody who brings people joy, and then to have that happen to
such
him,
a tragic death,
such a tragic way.
I think it was actually Lewy body dementia, but I'll look it up after the show.
Yeah, I mean, I can look it up now.
I think
if
it
was.
If
you're very curious.
I am.
Okay, let me go to the.
I don't know
browser.
if he was open about that diagnosis. Oh, it's like they knew. Go back, yeah.
It's dude, it's crazy. Lewy body dementia.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, that's too bad. I can't really think of one. Kobe was
Helicopter.
Shocking.
Yeah, not the disease. Yeah,
Kobe Bryant's death was pretty shocking.
Yeah,
to me.
I remember exactly where I was when we were when that happened. I was with you and your boy Kevin, and we were eating. I think it was the Popo's place.
Oh yeah, Popo's.
And he
the
was
burrito place.
He was telling us a story about his future ex-fiance, about how they had a milestone in their relationship where he farted in front of her. I remember that conversation. He's like, yeah, I farted in front of her, and she just laughed. And so that's
when he knew.
Yeah, that she was the one until she wasn't.
Oh, this just happened of all time. They already got a most shocking one of all time, and Michelle Trachtenberg's already on this list. On this, do I have it pulled up here? No, stupid me. I don't know who that guy is.
Oh, that's the One Direction.
Okay, One Direction
off
guy.
The building.
Who's this? Charlie Colin?
Never heard
Don't
of
know.
her.
Sorry, man. Oh, that was Matthew Perry was kind of crazy. Mac Miller. Oh no, Angus Cloud.
Not all white guys look the same.
They do to me. Apparently, it looks like Mac Miller. Come on.
Kind of does.
Angus Cloud. Don't know who that is.
Oh, Twitch. The guy. You don't know what Twitch is?
No.
He's like on Ellen's show. He was a dancer.
Okay.
Shot himself in the head.
Oh. Christy Alley. Oh, Ray Liotta. That happened recently.
That
Bob Saget was shocking.
One. That was in Orlando, right?
I think
was it at a hotel in Orlando?
Yeah, he fell. They didn't really release what killed him though.
I don't know. Questions.
We don't know what happened to Bob. Apparently he bumped his head.
Not so shocking. Betty White.
Betty White was very old.
She was like 99 or something. Wait, who's that?
Willie Garson.
Never heard of her. Oh no!
You didn't know he was dead? Oh no.
Oh, he's the guy from Sex and the City. I just started watching that like 2 months ago.
We're getting Anna's reaction from something that happened. How long ago?
A year ago?
2021.
I didn't know he died.
The shocking revelation of Anna Hummel.
No.
Willie Garson has passed.
That
Anna.
sucks.
He passed away.
What was his name on the show? Not Malcolm. What was his name on Sex and the City?
Oh, I don't know.
It was he was the gay friend, Carrie's gay friend.
I've never watched
Damn it.
Believe it or not, I've never watched Sex and the City.
Yeah.
Norm was hard for me. Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
Screech. Dustin Diamond, sorry. Oh, this one, Chadwick Boseman. That was crazy because he didn't even let anybody know that he was sick.
Yeah.
He wrote it out like a G.
Dude, I think Rogan has a clip of this where he's getting interviewed and they're asking him about a sequel to Black Panther, and he goes, "I'm going to be dead." And
oh, really?
Yeah, and they're like, "What?" Yeah, and he's like, "No," he's like, "I'm going to be dead." And she's like, "Okay," like laughs it off. Nobody knew. It's really creepy, actually.
All right.
His name was Stanford. I knew it. Oh, that's so sad that he's dead. Only 4 years late.
Black Panther 2.
Mm-hmm.
And this was an interview?
Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, that. It was really freaky.
All right, hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
Really wish I didn't have to do this myself, but
okay.
Unfortunately, I do. Where's the buttons?
I'm sorry.
There we go. There we go. Share this tab instead. Okay, got it. All right, that's not.
Feel to know that they love this film so much.
It's great, but I'm dead, so I can't answer any questions about that.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to give us a spoiler or anything like that.
I'm dead.
What about Black Panther 2? Anything?
I'm dead.
No, we're not ready for you to be dead, Chadwick.
But I am. I'm dead.
Not weird.
That's so. And only he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, when he died, it was a surprise that he even had cancer. What was it?
Nobody
Colon
really
cancer?
knew. He had something like really aggressive. So I guess even though he was undergoing treatment, it was something that was pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh, that's too bad. Well, good. I'm glad I got the clip of the Sex and the City guy of your honest reaction. That's gonna be a clip that I can put up.
Yeah, because only me watches Sex and the City. Only 27 or 8 years after it comes out.
Yeah.
It's all new to me. So
it's Girl Scout cookie season, Anna.
Yes.
Did you know that? Are you a fan?
I was.
You saw the clip?
I did. Yes, I read it in prep, and it made me very sad.
So, I think one of the things that I got, one of the most egregious things that I've apparently said, and I've said some pretty terrible things on my time on the radio and here on the podcast. I think the most pushback I got was the weed thing, where I talked about that weed's not really a medicine. People got really mad about that. And number 2, Girl Scout cookies stink. Not good.
Whoa,
thank you.
Hold on.
Yep.
I think I might be offended.
I understand.
Which Girl Scout cookies? Because some, yes, are way overrated. I've had this argument with my significant other, who's a big fan of Thin Mints, and I think that they are garbage. They're only meant as like a topping on ice cream. They're not itself dessert.
Mm-hmm.
But Samoas and tagalongs, that's some dope ass. Have you ever had a Samoa?
I've had them all.
Have you had a Samoa?
Oh, yes. I've had them all.
Not impressed? Just whatever?
Not impressed.
What about a tagalong? Tagalong?
Yes. Explain to me what these are. I've had them all. I guarantee you that I've had them all over my 40 years on this planet.
The Samoa is like coconut, honey, chocolate, and I think maybe some nuts. Very delicious combination.
It's all right.
Whatever. Okay.
It's all right.
Tagalong is chocolate and peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's some caramel. I can't remember, but I just remember it's gooey in the middle and it's delicious.
Yeah. No. I mean, listen, they all have the components of things that you like. You bring up the ingredients, and I think probably they might have been better previously in previous generations of them, but now I think they're just made by one of the major corporations, Nabisco or something like that. I think they were actually made by a bakery at one point.
Maybe like in the 20s.
I'd be curious to know that. I don't want to look it up right now, so I'm not that interested in it. But they're trash. I'd much rather have any other cookie than Girl Scout cookie. I mean, like even a Chips Ahoy, a Oreo.
Disagree. Oreos are whatever. Again, they're just a topping.
Oh, you can leave super chats, by the way. Garrett just did. He says Thin Mints. I think Thin Mints are the most popular outside of the Samoas.
And this is what will happen anytime you talk to a fan of Thin Mints. You go, not great. And they 1000% of the time, this is a reaction. Do you know what they say? You got to put them in the freezer.
Yeah.
It's not that much better. It's not. It's just harder to chew. That's it.
It does change the consistency. It
of course, it hardens it, but it doesn't make the Thin Mints much better.
Right.
Because they're already bad. I don't know.
I don't know either.
You got to put them in the freezer.
Garrett, do you put them in the freezer? Y or N? Let me know in the chat. And you can leave those super chats. We always appreciate those. We got to do our first cash out. I sent Anna her cup.
Yes, that was
that was nice. Thank you. Yeah. What did you buy with your 50 bones?
Oh, I gave my significant other money for supplies for water. Household supplies.
He's your pimp, is what you're saying.
Yes.
I understand.
Yeah, I am. Hey.
Well, that's good. At least it's going to something good. So there you go. Buy Anna cleaning supplies with super chats. And those are guaranteed to get read. Garrett says why on the on the freezer thing.
And they are $7 a box. If you go up, I believe someone asked if they're $5. I think they're $7 or $8 a box, which is insane.
And they stink. They're not good. We have a very militant group. Like I don't like
you have the Hamas of Girl Scout cookies at your local Publix.
At our Publix, yes, they're camped out every time, and I have to go to the grocery store like twice a week, which is annoying. And they're always there. They're still there after many weeks. They're still there peddling their wares. And I've been going in through the exit to try to avoid them because I don't want to go in through the entrance and have to tell little girls no.
Why don't
I
you
don't
just
want
not
to
say anything?
Well,
Or just
I'll
go
tell
like
you.
this. I go like this. Don't
really
say
do.
anything. Nope.
No. I just don't want to. I don't want to talk to anybody. I really don't like the idea of. I've noticed it a lot where there's like charities that are like set up outside of stores too, and you got to tell them no, which is makes me feel bad too.
I don't feel bad.
And I just try to be like, because you can't stop, right? Because they train them of what to say, and then so if you start engaging, then it's even harder to say no. So I just got to do because I have to go to the there's a UPS store that I have to go to a few times a week. And there's like some charity set up for children's cancer. And I just have to avoid I get off the walkway and I walk in the parking lot, like close to the walkway, but in the street, I look straight ahead and do not engage. And then I have to make a wide turn because they're right there at the UPS store. So I have to kind of do a really wide turn and I go in. And then when I leave, no eye contact, rush out there, almost run out the door. And one hit me up. He goes, "Hey, we're raising money for children's cancer." I go, "I gotta go by." I just hit him with one of those.
I hate those people.
Okay, good. I'm glad you say that.
I hate them because they're trying to guilt you. First off, so many people are struggling in these streets. So many people like that look kind of normal like me or will have no money. Like they're barely getting by. And then you come up to them and you're like, "Do you have time for children's cancer?" There's no way to say, "No, I don't. Get away from me."
Well, you can, which is what I do. No, I don't have time for it. I have to go. I'm on it. But you're making me feel like, why are you putting me in this position?
Right.
And I get it because they're putting you in that position because they want you to donate. And it's a good way to make you feel bad in public. Like there's one guy who was like trying to get attention by like dancing outside the table. Nope. He was just kind of shucking and jiving and dancing outside just so, you see movement. Yeah. You see movement and your eyes go to the movement and then you can go, "Gotcha. Come on over here. I got children's are dead. Cancers over here. You can stop it if you did give me some money." And I don't, who carries cash on him anymore? I never really have cash on me.
I'm sure that there's other ways
Venmo,
to donate. Yeah.
PayPal.
And then it's like, dude, even if you do want to donate to that cause, like you don't want to just start donating to random charities. You don't know where that money's going.
Yeah.
I don't trust anything anymore. Even the Red Cross, you don't know.
I'm not messing with the Red Cross anymore.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't donate to anybody or anything except myself.
There used to be guys, firemen, I remember, that would walk around with their fire boot in the street, like when you were stopped at a car, and they would walk around with their boot. I think that had to stop because there was just guys that would get a fire boot and start walking around in traffic and collect money and then just put it in their pocket.
Wait, hold on a second. These firemen were originally like panhandling?
Yeah, they were panhandling
for what?
For a charity, a fireman charity. And it
like
really was a real charity.
Suspenders and stuff?
No, they were just like dudes, like men, like old, maybe firemen, maybe ex-firemen, or maybe just helping out, volunteering for the charity. So there was a legitimate charity, I believe, anyways, because they were everywhere. I remember.
That's loitering.
It's panhandling.
Yes.
It's not cool. And then they stopped, and now I notice it's coming back again.
But it's not really firemen.
But I don't know. It was some guys walking around with a boot, and it was for charity, and people were giving them money, and I'm like, no chance.
No.
Low trust society. I'm not giving you any. First of all, I don't have any money, and you can't really do Venmo at a traffic light. It must be a little more difficult. You'd really change your bills, to throw in the boot. But I noticed it's making a comeback. I've seen it on some. You've never seen them on any of the roads?
Not with the boots. No.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I definitely have seen them more down St. Pete, maybe up this way in P Park. The people bringing back the boot charity.
Can I make a bold but uneducated claim?
Yeah.
If I were to donate like $100 to children's cancer, I promise you that money is better spent on me keeping it than them. Because $100 for research and development with cancer doesn't even make a dent.
Well, it's an exponential thing, right?
I understand if everybody is doing
everybody
it.
puts in
right,
$100.
But here's the thing: $100 to me right now is a lot of money.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me to get $100. Whereas
Yeah.
with them, like plus or minus $100 in cancer research is nothing. Now, if $100 to me didn't mean anything, by all means, I would probably, that's probably not true, but I'd be more comfortable donating randomly and just, random act of kindness. Here you go. But these days, absolutely not. It is irresponsible for me to donate to charity these days. That's how I feel.
Well, it's charities if you're able. Like you are a charity right now.
I am a charity case.
You are
1,000%.
literally charity.
Yeah.
So you can donate to Anna with super chats or Will Kuncz on Venmo. I just sent her half. That's a good way to do that. But anyway, Girl Scout cookies. So I got this really militant troop. I guess is the appropriate
clan
nomenclature.
Yeah.
So I've been going in through the exit. And
what do they say to you?
Well,
what do the kids say to you?
So I haven't interacted with them. Yesterday was my first experience interacting with them because they were militant this time. So I saw they have like the oldest kid. Looks like she's too old to be. She might just be a big kid,
or like developed. You know what I mean?
Like a tall. I can't see. Luckily, I can't see, so I don't know what.
She have the heavies.
I didn't see.
12-year-old heavies.
I didn't see. But she's like tall and like big boned. And I don't know. She might be 17. I don't know. I don't know how old you can be in Scouts still, but she's sitting at the exit. She's getting wise because she's seeing people going through the exit, trying to dodge a Girl Scout cookie. So she starts heading towards the exit. And she's like halfway. You know how the Publixes are set up where it's like the entrance and then the exit. Yeah. And then there's like, separation there.
Yeah.
But there's two sliding doors. You can go in through the exit or out through the entrance. Doesn't matter, really.
Yeah.
So she's like halfway, right near the Presto machine, kind of.
Inside the store or outside the store?
Outside the store. So I walked in through the exit, got a basket, did my shop, came out through the exit as well. And then she has a little sign. She goes, "Sir, Girl Scout cookies." I went, "Oh, no, thank you. No, thank you."
That's a great answer.
And yeah,
that's perfect. I would be ruder, but that's just me.
So I had to, I was parked pretty close. It was late. So I got a good parking spot, loaded the car up, and I took the basket back as a member of society does. He replaced the basket either in one of the corrals or, the entrance of the store was closer.
Sure.
So again, I took the basket to the exit inside. And then I walked back out again, and she hit me up again. She goes, "Girl Scout cookies, sir." I know she knows. I just saw her 30 seconds ago. So she's going back to the well. She's doing,
no shame.
High pressure sales here.
Yeah.
She's coming at me. So I thought about going, still no, but I didn't do that. Instead, I just ignored her and didn't even look her way. And then she hit me with the most passive-aggressive statement I've ever heard. "Have a good night." Have a good night?
Was it like 2 p.m.?
No, it was like 7 p.m.
Oh.
But I'm clearly ignoring her.
Yeah.
And she's just still going back for more. Hoping I might be like, "Thank you." Now I feel like I can't say "you too" or anything because I'm ignoring her.
Of course.
So I got to commit to the ignore.
Yeah.
So I just ignored it and walked away.
Yeah.
But when is this over? I don't want to live like this. Well, I'm going to be harassed.
Hopefully soon, because it looks like some information has come out that listen, we knew that Girl Scout cookies were never good for you, but we didn't know that they had toxins in them.
Let's listen. So I want to play this. If I go to Publix and they're still there, I'm playing this clip for them.
Hey, come look at this.
Hey, big bone chick. Look at this.
Studies on Girl Scout cookies where they break them down and find out what's in them. Oh, holy shit. They're fucking toxic as fuck. Thin Mints being the worst offenders. 5 flavors of Girl Scout cookies contained... Back up. Contained levels of glyphosate and heavy metals above EPA water safety limits. New investigation found 100% of tested Girl Scout cookies contained glyphosate. 100%. controversial herbicide in Roundup. 88% contained toxic metals like arsenic, lead, and mercury. Key finding: Thin Mints had the highest glyphosate levels at 111.07 ppb, 334 times what experts say is harmful. Peanut butter patties had the highest heavy metal contamination, with lead reaching 42.5 ppb and aluminum at 27,500 ppb, ppm. 76% of cookies tested exceeded cadmium safety limits, and 96 contained lead.
That's wild.
Girl Scout USA, which sells 200 million boxes per year, $800 million in revenue, did not respond to researchers before publication. I wonder why.
Respond.
I wonder why.
I have to do some editing there. I should have watched that whole clip. I should have known.
The whole clip. It was the first 5 seconds.
Can we admit that maybe RFK might be on to something? Let's give him a try.
Certainly.
I know some of his stuff is apparently wacky, but that is what. Garrett, stop eating Thin Mints immediately. You have to stop. I know they're delicious in the freezer. Garrett,
that doesn't take away the lead and the glyphosate.
You have to stop the Thin Mint. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you, for your own health.
Can I ask probably a dumb question?
I want to say goodbye to Radio St. Pete, and I want to say goodbye to free podcast listeners.
Okay.
You can join us for the whole shebang Wednesdays at 6 p.m. at hmbradio.live or willsyoutube.com. Subscribe, like the page, all that stuff. And Substack, hmbradio.substack.com. You can get the whole audio-only, uncensored podcast. I have to go back and edit that last clip, like I said, for Radio St. Pete. But we do a little bit of cussing and talk maybe a little bit more about, more risque, more cultural, more provocative topics, perhaps, depending on what side of the spectrum you're on. So you can join us over there on Substack. That's a good way to support the show. And we wish you the best. And we'll talk to you next week. Or you could just go over to hmbradio.live or willsyoutube.com and catch the whole thing in its entirety on Sunday. Thank you, Radio St. Pete and podcast listeners. Goodbye. Yes, please, your question.
Okay. So is there something special about Girl Scout cookies that they didn't go under the same amount of testing as all the other Nabisco Keebler treats?
I don't know.
Because listen, I'm not saying anything about I'm not trying to like bump up all these cookies that use the artificial sweeteners and the dyes and the toxins, but I don't want to just single out Girl Scout cookies if it's the whole gamut that's the problem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's like they haven't been regulated like the rest of the cookies on the shelves or what's going on with
I think it wouldn't matter. It's ABC Bakery is apparently who makes them, according to Google.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the website for Girl Scouts.
That's Spanish.
Of when it, yeah.
Did they bypass some sort of like FDA regulations because Girl Scouts of America is like a church? Like, is it something some loophole like that where the lead is the main ingredient? Maybe that's why they're so delicious.
Well, my next question was going to be, where are these bakeries located? ABC Bakers and Little Brownie Bakers are apparently the two that
Kabul, Afghanistan.
Or Beijing, China, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, they've literally got busted China for putting lead in baby food.
Like on purpose?
Well, I'm sure they went, I don't know how that got in there.
Much like COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
With the lead, but sorry about that. And then they just paid a massive fine, and we go, okay, don't do it again. And they went, okay, we'll be more strict. And then they said, okay, we'll continue to buy your crap. And they do. And they'll get caught again, probably doing something else. I mean, it's like I got news. We're in World War III. We have been in World War III for a long time. It's just a different
When did it start?
Shortly after World War II ended.
Okay.
There was probably like 10, 20 years. And then all these sons of bitches from around the world, they all came together in this globalization, fair, trade and trading with each other. And then some Chinese guy went, hey, why don't we poison? I want to do the accent.
Do it.
Oh.
Do the eyes too.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
let's just poison a baby with lead. And they're like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that?
Mm.
And then it's like stuff like that. I'm trying not to curse.
Yeah.
Obligatory here, but yeah. So it's just a different type of war. But we've been fighting and I'm sure we're doing the same stuff, to them. Although I don't think they buy anything from us. What does China buy from the United States?
Probably oil,
gold.
Well, maybe they're probably getting that mostly from Saudi
China
Arabia.
buy from the United States? Machinery. China imports many. No. I said, what do they buy?
Well, that's imports, right?
China imports many goods from United, including machinery, electronics, and agriculture. Are they getting the good stuff? Meanwhile, they're getting their garbage.
Oil, seeds. I don't know what that word means. Fruits.
Okay, fruits, miscellaneous
grain,
furniture. They make a bunch of shitty furniture.
That's for sure. But you have to understand, this all goes back and forth. Maybe they get the raw materials from us, they assemble it there, and they send it back to us. Shit like that happens.
Oh, soy. I know soy is a big one. We sell them. We grow a lot of their soy.
Exports. Okay. So they have farms here. That makes sense. And they grow their soybeans because I think China doesn't have great soil. They don't have a lot of natural resources in China, I think.
Yeah. Wheat, corn.
They just got people.
Gas. I thought they had oil. Maybe gas is different from oil. I guess it is different, but it's made from the same stuff.
Crude. I'm sure they have oil deposits, but it's nothing like the United States or the Middle East.
So pretty much soy.
Yeah, a lot of soy
from the United States.
Soy. Can I tell you something about RFK Jr.? Yeah, I'm excited for it, but also here's the thing. As long as there's a disclaimer on food that says, hey, this is really bad for you. It's got weird dyes in it and it could possibly affect your health. Then I think it's up to the individual to decide whether they want to consume it or not.
Okay.
It's when it's sneaky like that. It's when it's sneaky when it's when there's glyphosate. No one said there was glyphosate in this. I wouldn't have had this if it had, Monsanto herbicide or whatever in it. But if someone is saying, hey, cigarettes are bad for you, they can cause cancer, and there's a person with a hole in their throat on the cover of the cigarette box, and I decide, well, I don't care, I'm going to smoke these anyways, fine. It should be your right to do that.
Yes.
When they sneak stuff in there, they don't declare. That's when I have an issue.
Right. No, I get what you're saying, but that's one of those things where obviously if somebody dies from eating your food, then you're liable. But this seems like one of those things where it's way above what is allowed in food. But is it going to kill you? Is it taking minutes off your life? It's like different things that are just that are like, oh, this is not good. Your body's going to lose minutes of time.
But to play devil's advocate with myself, when everything has bad stuff in it, then you don't have an option to choose otherwise. Because even if you get the organic foods, they have organic herbicides. But organic doesn't mean herbicide free. It just means they use organic herbicides, and all these labels like USAT or something like 100% ground beef. These are just labels that don't really mean that it's 100% ground beef. It's just the name of the company, if that makes sense. Or something that says organic. It'll say organic farms. It's it doesn't mean it's organic. It's just the name of the farms. They do all those sorts of dirty tricks.
Yeah.
My whole thing is if you don't have an option to choose otherwise, that's when you run into a problem, because then all of the food sources are tainted. But if someone is okay, you shouldn't eat the ding dongs and ho-hos, they're not good for you. You should know that already.
Well, I think we know that, but we hope that we're not going to get lead poisoning from.
Yeah, that's a problem. The lead is a problem.
George, oh my God, so I'm trying to find out. ABC Bakers, they all have these sub corporations. Interbake Foods owns ABC, which is owned by George Weston Limited. Okay, where is that? George Western Limited. I'm just waiting for it to be China.
George Soros.
George Weston Limited Bakeries Inc. Okay. George Weston sold its bakery business to Healthside Food Solutions in 2021. Oh my God. All right. Who owns Hearthside Food Solutions? China.
Yeah.
owner, headquarters, Hearthside Food Solutions, Illinois.
Okay. Well, at least it's in the
exhausting.
heartland. It's
Yeah.
in the homeland.
They said they make their cookies. It's about $1.30 per box to produce a box of Girl Scout cookies, and it gives the Girl Scouts $260 million in revenue a year.
Yeah.
Because they sell them for $7. I mean,
Yeah.
big markup.
It's been a few years since I've eaten them. In high school, I used to eat them by the sleeve. It's a little bit of a chubster.
Yeah. I have a picture of you in my phone where you're a little chubster. I found.
Oh,
online.
was it the French Warren one?
No.
I know you like that one.
I do like that one. It's my favorite photo. But I have another of you like in college. You got a little bit of a gut going on.
Do I? In college?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to see it whenever you get a chance.
I'm gonna put the Google line up now on a.
Deba sent me, my good friend Deba, my childhood best friend, sent me a photo probably a year ago, and I'm like, "Who's your ugly ex-boy?" Oh, that's me. I looked like her gross boyfriend. I was like 7.
Have your hair like pulled back all oily.
Yeah. I was just like, "Who's that guy?" Oh my god, that's me.
That's me. Oopsie daisy.
My bad. I'll find it and show it to you. It's gross. I have braces, the whole 9.
813-693-2124 if you want to call in. We get the phone line open. There's a few other things. A lot of stuff happened this week too. Hooters, Don Lemon, bisexuality. Do you have anything that you wanted to hit on?
Localtopia.
Oh,
which we
Localtopia,
probably should have talked
please.
about it in the previous segment.
Yeah,
but
that would've been good.
It was great. I would like to give a shout out, especially to my good friend and fellow Yenta, Nanette Weiser.
Mm-hmm.
I was texting you during my time there, and I've never seen anyone move like her. She just, the way maybe she's kind of like a Girl Scout, but, selling the cookies.
Yeah.
Where she forces people to engage and really doesn't give them time to think if they want to be on the air. Cause she's just like, "Hi, it's Nanette Weiser. We're with Radio St. Pete. What do you say?" And they're just like, where I could never do that. Because when I feel like I'm like maybe bothering someone, I'm a bit shy. I feel like maybe you are as well in that way, where we just don't like the cold approach. But some people are just completely immune to it. They don't care.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I loved watching the network. She did a great job. But also shout out to Joe Bordeaux and Jay Kolb and Karen Carmichael. The whole team was out. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
What did you just hang out there?
Yeah, I hung out. I won. I think everybody won it, but I signed up for, you're going to laugh at me. I'm trying a trampoline fitness class tomorrow.
That's nice.
Does that surprise you at all?
It's just, I see old ladies do those.
The trampoline? Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like the little one.
You got the bar?
Yeah. So I won a free month because I put my name in like a hat, and then Chris was like, that everybody wins the free month on, and I was like, oh,
free month? I could see like
a free class. Yeah, exactly. So I had a free class, and then I got upgraded to a free month. So tomorrow I'm going to be in St. Pete because I'll be at Radio St. Pete in the morning, and then I'm taking 2 classes at night because they're free 99. So I'll be bouncing up and down. So shout out to Freebird Fitness. I think that's what it's called.
I'm looking forward to hearing that experience. And I want to see how many decades younger you are.
You think? I didn't know it was a geriatric thing.
Oh, yeah. I think so anyways.
I thought it was like a cool, hot girl.
I mean, it could be like...
is this like water aerobics?
Yeah, I think it is the equivalent of water. I mean, I always thought it was kind of for older lady. It's like, they can bounce. It's easy on their joints. They're not going to be doing high impact.
This is obviously this is true, but like this is just
I don't know
to me because I'm imagining like house music, like we're like, woo,
I don't know. Maybe it's like a new St. Pete cool people one. I don't know.
But maybe it's chair aerobics.
It might be chair aerobics. I don't know. I'm looking forward to hearing about it. This was big news. So the Donald Trump cabinet, Kash Patel got confirmed for the FBI. Picked a very unlikely person for the deputy
director of the FBI.
Director of the FBI is none other than talk show host Dan Bongino. Is it up there?
Why is that a surprise? He was secret security and he was
it's just weird because he's got
ERP.
it seems, yeah, he was. I'm not saying he's not qualified. I'm just saying it is unusual that, Pete Hegseth, for example, was in the military. I don't know what qualifications you need to be deputy director of the FBI or the defense secretary. I don't really know, because like they'll just say they're unqualified, and you go, okay, well, what do you need to be qualified?
Sure.
What makes you qualified? I just thought it was interesting because they took Pete Hegseth was former job working on Fox News, and then Dan Bongino, who's probably the biggest, like, since Rush Limbaugh died, I guess one of the biggest shows in that conservative sphere.
Sure, absolutely. With like Ben Shapiro, Mark Levine, Sean Hannity, he's right up there with them.
Be the last show, but we've only got a few more left with you. So obviously we're going to be working with a team of people to make this transition from me, political commentator Dan, to deputy director of the FBI Dan. Those are different roles, require different skills I have and have used before, and I plan to use again. It's going to hurt to leave you. I'll discuss over the course of the coming days. I'll be with you for a little bit longer on.
I think he had his last show, like, what, yesterday?
Yeah, maybe.
And they already have a replacement. I don't know who it is. I know the head of podcasting at Cumulus, which falls under, somehow they licensed that.
Yeah, it's
Bongino.
What is it? Westward. Yeah, it's under Cumulus.
Yeah, Westwood One.
Yeah, that's it.
So I talked to him, and I was asking him if he was going to keep his show, and I think at that time he didn't even know if he was going to be able to keep his show or not. But then, I read that he was going to have to give that up. It seems to me that working in his position is more powerful and could hold more weight and sway more opinions than deputy director. But I guess it's just kind of like a prestige thing, right? You just want that job.
I think he just feels like he's been called to serve his country and he wants to do that.
He's given up. I mean, he's still got his network. I mean, what I've heard is his network is going to expand. He won't be there, but I guess they have people in the mix, like, ready to take the reins here from that show and do other shows on his network.
Radio and on my show, I will discuss exactly what's going to happen. It's not going to impact Evita or Haley's.
Dan Bongino, this news yesterday, sent me and my significant other down a rabbit hole of what is Dan Bongino's ethnicity. Yeah. I have claimed that he is part sub-Saharan, and I swear to God, I read it somewhere, and Chris was looking for like 30 minutes. He's like, there's nothing. It just says he's Italian. We saw an interview, and at the very end of the interview, it was like 7 minutes. He's like, well, I'm half Italian. And then the interview ends, and we're like, what's the other half?
He does have a very, like, when they say, like, this is what people are going to look like. Everybody's going to look like
just a mix
in 100 years. Yeah, just like a mutt of everything.
Yeah.
He does have that look. Because he's kind of got, like, he's got the receding hairline. He's got a buzz cut, but I feel like that could be like kind of like black dude's hair.
Yeah.
A little bit. It kind of looks like black dude's hair. Yeah. But also it might just be super short. You might have the Sean King thing where Sean King shaves it just super short and, like, puts it in that fade, and he's white, but he kind of looks like he could pass as like 1/8 or something.
There was like an older guy. I don't know if he's CNN or I don't know, or maybe it was Fox. But I think his name's like Juan, but he's Panamanian. He looks exactly like Dan Bongino. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking Panamanian. There's like a lot of, there's some African descendants that came there. So that's what I'm thinking. But, Dan Bongino is an Italian name, but he's only half as declared by himself. So I was just kind of curious. He's got that kind of like Vin Diesel, questionable what's going on here. And it's not that it's important. It's just my brain is trying to figure it out. That's all.
Oh, I get it.
You know what I mean? You just
I
what
totally
are
get
you?
it.
You look interesting.
What's your deal, man?
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I was a little hurt that I wasn't asked.
I know.
Because we have the same kind of job, me and Dan.
I mean, technically, yes.
I think that I was probably number 2 on his list.
Yeah.
But, that's all right. That's all right. So congratulations. Should we watch the rest of this? I guess this is him saying goodbye to everybody.
Content at all. My wife has been running the business for a long time. I don't get involved with the business at all. I do the talking. But I want to ask you, Who's next? Who's next? This isn't just about me, folks. The do matters. Who's next? You know, I said last week, and
What does he mean by that? Like, who's next? Like,
Who's going to take his spot?
he doesn't know. He doesn't have a say.
Well, I think I'm sure he does.
He just like forfeits his seat, and they just put whoever they want.
Well, they already have somebody.
Sure.
I know that for a fact.
Okay.
Let's look to see if they.
I don't think
announced
it's
it yet.
been announced yet. But
Dan Bongino show.
please.
Dan Bongino.
Oh, there.
Oh gosh. Bunch of new. Okay, there's nothing really.
All right.
There yet. That's all right.
Who would you like it? I mean, I don't know if we'll even know the name.
I mean, I know two people that are currently looking for jobs.
Well,
that I think I would, myself or you, would be good
fit
for there.
Yeah,
I think that could be a good fit. So just throwing it out there, Cumulus in Bongino Networks.
That'd be like such a disappointment. Like I get online, they're waiting for all this MAGA shit, and I'm just like, so intermittent fasting is very good.
What race is Dan Bongino?
Dun, dun, dun.
The world deserves to know.
Yeah.
Other news too, radio news kind of was a legend back on the air.
Oh my God.
In New York.
What the hell?
The once canceled, now back apparently, Anthony Cumia of Anthony, Opie and Anthony fame.
Yes.
Obviously, they had a very successful run in radio for many years. And Anthony was canceled after some tweets, which I know you.
And you.
And me. I mean, mine was I wasn't technically hired yet, but yeah,
sure.
But Twitter
caused some problems,
caused some issues, and Anthony Cumia was fired from the Opie and Anthony show and then kind of relegated to online. He announced that he is starting at WABC in New York City.
Is insane.
Which is totally wild. Now, what I learned about WABC is it's not owned by ABC.
No, it's owned by, it's actually a friend of Joe Bordeaux's.
I know.
Owns 400 Central in downtown St. Petersburg.
Yes.
John Cassidy-Midas.
Something like that.
Cassidy-Midas. It's Greek, I think.
So he purchased this radio station from Disney, I guess, and started putting people on the air.
If you can say this name.
I looked him up today.
Yeah.
Then the answer I can already tell you right now, Anna, is no. I cannot
Can you say that? Can you say that name?
John Catsimatidis. That's who I'm saying. So he bought this from Disney. He put on, it's a conservative station now that's broadcasting in New York City, has affiliates all over the country. And Anthony Cumia is going to be joining the ranks. Will be heard again in New York, which is interesting. The kind of cultural shifts that are happening. Joy Reid was fired from MSNBC.
Read out.
Her show was her show? Was that her show?
That was it. I think that was the name.
The Read Out, or
something like that.
So Joy Reid out at MSNBC.
Who's the other?
Lester Holt.
Yes, him.
The major position there, like the NBC straight news guy, whatever. He's a clown too, but like the Jake Tapper of CNN. It's like there's one guy who's like the
what was the it's MSNBC? That was the network.
NBC News. Oh. Joy Reid was MSNBC.
Oh, okay.
She had a show, but Lester Holt, he did
What's the
different networks. NBC's like NBC.
Oh, okay.
It's like ABC Bakery has Weston Bakery. It's like a subsidiary of NBC.
Okay, so it's the mothership.
Like a cable. Like this is network television.
And Rachel Maddow was MSNBC.
Rachel Maddow still MSNBC.
Yes.
She got in trouble, or not really in trouble, I don't think, but she was calling MSNBC racist because they fired
on the network. She's
on
like, my bosses are my network's racist. I'm like, then why don't you give up your spot?
That seems like an easy solution. I mean, it wouldn't work that way. She couldn't just say, I'm going to put my black friend in my seat.
I understand she's not making the hiring decisions, but still she could have said, well, I'm standing my ground. I'm out if she's out, sort of a thing. But she didn't do that.
No, of course not. Of course not. Money's too good.
Of course.
Money's too good.
And just the clout and prestige.
Yeah. So that's interesting that Lester Holt gone. I think he said he resigned, but and Joy Reid was just fired. And then Anthony Cumia hired. Anthony Cumia hired.
I feel like the audience may not know, and perhaps they should do their own research on Anthony Cumia. Most of his stuff is behind a paywall, but there are people who leak it out, and I watched some of those clips on YouTube, and let's just say they're spicy.
They're spicy.
They're very spicy.
That's one way to say it. Yeah. So he is very critical of certain demographics of people and acts that they may disproportionately commit. He's very open about that. And his tweets were was taking pictures in New York, and some black lady smacked his camera and threatened him, and he was bitching about it on Twitter, and then he got fired.
He said this animal, and then
yeah, which
it's because
you can act like an animal and be of any race. Of course, I just hate this whole thing where it's like, oh, you fired me, it must be because I'm black or something. It's like, no, you're bad at your job, your ratings are in the tank,
or you're just an a-hole.
Sometimes you're just an a-hole and you get fired. But I don't know, maybe I don't know. And I don't even want to get into. I just thought it was interesting that
he's back.
The first real major cancellation I can think of off the top of my head was him
from Sirius.
Well, just in general, I think, right? That's what comes to my mind when I think of canceled people is Anthony Cumia.
That was in 2013 or something.
Yeah,
it's a while ago.
I think it was maybe even earlier than that. But I don't know. That's crazy. Ant's back on the air. He's still gonna be doing his. You know who Anthony retweeted? Bubba said congratulations on Twitter. I follow Anthony, and I see a tweet from Bubba in there. Well, what the hell,
Anthony?
Which is funny because I watched Anthony.
Well, whatever. It's just a congratulations.
No, I know, but it's just kind of funny because I've heard Calta talk to Cumia about Bubba, and they clowned Bubba really bad.
Oh yeah,
really bad.
Yeah. And you know who's been on Bubba's show a bunch?
Opster.
Yeah.
He has a bunch.
You know who's very similar to Opie?
Yeah.
Bubba.
Yeah. Well, the Opie. Oh, that's interesting. Opie clowned Bubba too. There's clips on YouTube that I've listened to. Yeah,
but in this reality, Bubba's doing much better than Opie, so Opie was happy to be a guest on.
He usually doesn't do interviews, so it's kind of a good get.
Well, again, this has probably.
Do you think Opie would do this show? If we invited Opie?
I don't think so. I don't know. Bubba's a big name, so he did an interview. It was probably the most recent interview was maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. So it's been a minute, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Opie's taken the news of Anthony's hire very well.
No. And at first I wasn't even sure if it was a troll job because Anthony just there was no other New York Post was Anthony Cumia back on the air. It was just Anthony had said that he's going to WABC. So I was is this just are they just trying to fuck with Opie? And then everyone was flocking to Opie's channel and trolling him there. And so
Opie's funny because I'll watch his clips and he just takes verbatim what people
the comments.
People are lying to you.
Yeah.
They might not be telling you the truth because you blow a gasket. Ope. I know he's not watching the show, but it's just funny watching his
live streams.
Yeah, they're really something.
It is wild that the two of them did a show for as long as they did.
And I think they disliked each other for
most
of
it.
Time.
Yeah. And Opie is here's the thing. The talent was Anthony and Jim.
I think Opie played a role on that show.
Yeah.
I think he steered the ship well.
Yeah.
Kind of got them more organized.
But on his own is a nightmare, whereas Anthony is still a great show.
Yeah.
Or I don't think I don't know how I feel about him. But I think he's interesting.
He is. I watch his clips on YouTube.
He's a good host. Whether you agree with him or think he's funny or not, he is a great host and he can drive content. And he's funny. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
So
for sure. All right. Well, we're at an hour now. Dan Bongino. The Eagles are gonna go to the White House when they get invited. They didn't go last time when Trump was president, but apparently they're going to go. I saw people have been pretty well behaved online since since the meltdowns have not been like they were since the last term. The last term that Trump was in office, I felt like it was just constant screeching. And I think that a lot of people got kind of screamed out, this time. There's a lot that I see, but definitely not as much this go
as
around.
like 2017.
Right. It's definitely more, and a lot of it's Elon stuff, like people yelling at Elon this time. It's kind of taking the heat off Trump quite a bit.
That is interesting. That is very true. People hate him. He was like the darling of the left for so many years. I saw someone this weekend. I've seen a few of these stickers where someone's driving a Tesla and the bumper sticker is like, I bought this before Elon went crazy.
Yeah, please don't. Well, people are vandalizing them. Please don't destroy my car.
Oh, is that what it is? Is it like writing like BLM on your...
people are vandalizing Teslas. They might have voted Democrat. They don't know. It's just that car was built by him. And it was just a company that he owns. And a lot of people, AOC owned one. I don't know if she still does.
Sheryl Crow did.
She did own one. Cheryl sold her Tesla to give NPR money, which great. That's fine.
I didn't know that was like a lamb's blood on the door sticker. I thought it was just like...
It is. I mean, it literally is like, please don't destroy my property.
I didn't know they were targeting Teslas like that.
You should just put I vote Democrat on your Tesla or something. So I don't even know if that would guarantee. I mean, you're dealing with hyenas.
Sure.
So
animals, maybe.
Yeah. That are just rabid. They just see something and have a reaction. So there is some of that going on. There's actually a guy that works for that guy who owns WABC, the John Krastamidis guy, who is used to be, well, he's a Democrat. I mean, he's just a Democrat guy. He's like, the fights that I do see that he's like, go Eagles, you're doing your patriotic duty. And then 2 hours later it goes, they are accepting the invitation. It just makes me laugh. I want to comment on this stuff.
Wait, what? Explain that again.
He's congratulating the Philadelphia Eagles for declining the invitation to the White House.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it turns out 2 hours later, they are going to accept the invitation to the White House.
But wasn't the White House like, we never invited you?
They never invited.
It was this weird rumor that got started that they declined. And then they're like, the White House was like, we never asked you.
Yeah. It's petty. Yeah. It's very petty, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But just like, this is the shit that they're screeching about now. And his stuff is like, he's wearing a I'm still calling it the Gulf of Mexico. And he's like posting that on. It's just like, ay vey. I mean, that's really as high as it goes now.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me. I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Might not be interesting. All right. Anyway, we're going to get the hell out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks, Garrett. What?
Schedule change for next week.
Okay.
Aren't we going to do Monday? Is that the plan?
Monday.
Because next Wednesday we have St. Pete event, and you're also going to a concert.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yep. So
Monday,
we can either record it Monday.
3rd.
Should we record it and then play it on Wednesday, or should we just do live on Monday?
Let's just do live on Monday.
Do live on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. That should work. That should be all right. So we'll be back this Monday for a short-term change. hmbradio.substack.com. Go subscribe there. There's a free version as well. You'll get the podcast a little early if you're an audio-only person. That first 30 minutes goes out today as opposed to Sunday. This replay will be up on YouTube on Sunday at midnight as well. And remember to catch us live 6 p.m. on Wednesday or Monday this coming week.
Yes.
But usually Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Somebody brought up, I can't remember who it was, but on YouTube about 7 o'clock would be a good time to do this. I like 7 just because I don't think there's any live local content, on the air on FM in Tampa.
Listen, I'd be down to try it. I'd like earlier because then I get home earlier and all that. But listen, if we want to try it out, I'm open to that as well.
Yeah, we'll see. I just 6 is fine.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Are you saying it's fine like a girl?
No. It is fine.
Oh, okay.
I put up a poll and it was like pretty much even. It was whatever time is fine. Some people preferred 6, and then the same amount of people preferred 7.
Okay.
So I don't think it really matters that much. Yeah, 813-693-2124. You can leave a voice or text line. There are no calls today. That's all right. I'm telling you, I'm glad I didn't spend money on getting a phone line installed in here. I would have
Yeah.
been super bummed.
And
if
it
I
worked
did
pretty
that.
good with a few calls we
Oh,
got.
it does. Yeah, it works great. It works great. Do not disturb on, so you can leave your voice and text there. I got another one from Dino Cook this week. Said he was a former Chicago Times writer. I learned in the voicemail. I doubt it too. His name comes up as Mark, and he says his name's Dino Cook. But he leaves. I always enjoy them. Dino
Is that
or
his
Mark.
nom de plume?
It might just be his pen name, Dino Cook, and then is that what that means?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm dumb.
That's okay.
But either way, I like getting those Dinos. Are always fun to receive, so you can do that too. And have a good night, everybody. See you on
Bye.
Monday. Bye.